Today we're going to talk about audio recorders and which type of recorders may work for your particular use case. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Troy Woods. I am a professional photographer and AV specialist here in the Washington, D.C. area. And I like to make these videos because when I first started off years ago, I was in a position where I really didn't understand too much about why I should purchase this over that. And I wanted to make sure that I could get my money to go as far as I could without having to continually repurchase things. So we're going to jump right into this review. I have 4 recorders here that I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to tell you particular use cases that I think these particular devices would work best. So the first one we're going to start with is an oldie but a goodie. It's the Zoom H2N. It's this small recorder here. I'm going to put it to the camera so you guys can see it. It's a pretty small recorder. It has a thread on the bottom so you can mount it as well. The reason I love this recorder, unlike some of the other ones I'm going to show you, it does have a 3.5 millimeter input for a mic, but I say that this recorder really doesn't take any mic inputs like XLRs or anything like that. It's a recorder. This is your microphone on the front, and there's actually microphones on the back. The thing that I like about this is you can change your recording pattern to either pick up your voice directly from the front, pick up sound from the back, or you can set it so where it's recording from all around. If you're in a position where maybe you have a camera and you want to go to like a level 1 recorder or something like that, I would suggest something like this. I'll make sure I leave links and information in the description in case you guys want to check it out. But this is a great recorder. If you have a small tripod or mount, you can mount this to it, sit it right in front of you like this, and actually record your videos, and the sound quality is really, really good. I would say that depending on the proximity from your mouth, you can get sound quality close to what you're hearing here out of this Rode Procaster microphone. Again, something really good. You could throw it in your bag. If you had to do, say, one-on-one interviews, kind of quick and dirty, you could do that with a mic like this as well, going from yourself to the person you're interviewing. So I think it's a really great audio recorder, especially if you're just starting out. The next type of recorder is what we call a field recorder. Use case is something similar to this, whereas this device isn't designed to just stay in one location, but it's small, it's portable. I'm talking about the Zoom H8, which is the device I'm actually using right now to record this video. This recorder is a complete powerhouse. It takes 6 XLR inputs, 3 on each side. You get individual gain controls for each one. There's a 20 decibel sound pad that you get where you can cut 20 decibels off, maybe if you're in a loud environment. And up here on the top part, there are different modules that you can attach here. You can add even more XLR mics. You can put a shotgun mic here. They have that type of attachment, as well as there's another microphone that you can get. The one thing that I will say about this, as we even go on to the other items we're going to discuss, there's only one headphone jack. So what that means is really the way that this is designed, only one person can have a set of headphones on, even if you got 2, 3, 4, 5 other people plugged in here, maybe doing a podcast or something. There's only a jack for one headphone. However, Zoom does offer a capsule you can attach to this, and you can plug in, I think, up to 4 separate headphones, and you can kind of control it from there. It's not as good as what I'm about to show you as far as control, but it definitely gets the job done. So this is a Zoom H8. It does take 4 AA batteries, as well as you can plug a USB cable into here. Not USB, I think it's a micro USB, I'm not sure, but you can plug it into the wall as well. Whenever I'm recording audio, if I have anything that's battery operated and powered, I always put batteries in here, a fresh set of batteries, and even if I'm plugging it into the wall, because if my power cuts, it's going to fail over to the batteries, and then I'll still be able to continue to record my audio that way. So the Zoom H8, definitely a powerhouse. It's going to cover most of your needs that you have. You can even plug this into your computer and use it as an audio interface for your computer, so you can still have a microphone and get audio sound into your computer. All right, so that's the Zoom H8. This next one is the Rode. It's a Rode device, and I'm losing my train of thought actually on this video. It's a Rodecaster Pro. I want to say a Procaster because this is also a Rode mic, and it's the Rode Procaster microphone. This is the Rode Rodecaster. This here is, I want to say, one of the boards that changed everything for podcasting. They have another version now. Actually, they've released several different versions of this now, but this is like the OG. This is the original one. It still does everything I need it to do. And with that in mind, I'm going to tell you guys, you don't always have to buy the latest and greatest. My philosophy is to buy the best that you can buy at the time that you're making your purchase so your gear can last for a long time. So let's get into this really quick. This particular, the Rodecaster can take 4 XLR mics that you plug in here. It can also plug in 4 individual headphones. And then here, left and right outputs for speakers. I use this because I keep this on my desk. And so I have speakers in my office. Then there's a micro SD card for that records your sound, records your audio rather. Here's a USB port that allows you to plug this into your computer so it can be used as an audio interface. Here's your power that goes into the wall, and here is your on and off button. Let's go over some quick features with this. This is a touch screen right here that'll allow you to do most of your controls. These are your levels that you can ride for each of the boards. All of this allows you could basically say had my mic plugged into mic port 1, I would go to 1, and then that would bring up things on the screen here that would allow me to tweak the settings for that and really dial the mic in. You can also plug a phone into here. This also does Bluetooth. Of course, this is your button you hit to record. Now these pads here are great because these are programmable sound pads. So I will say best use case for this is like a podcast. And like I said, they have a version 2 out, which is a little bit smaller than this, more features. But a lot of this, all the stuff you see here is also in version 2. But you can program these sound pads. So I like to tell people, if you have a podcast, and to say it's just audio only, you're not even worried about video. If you have an audio only podcast, you can program this board with your intro, with your outro. Of course, you're going to record the different speakers. If you do this right, you can bring your intro in, do your show, do your outro, stop recording. Your podcast is essentially done. That's the beauty of this board, is that it will allow you to, if you have a podcast, for instance, you can do your complete show without having to do any editing on a computer, which is crazy to even think. But this board is that powerful. Like I said, this one does everything I need. When a new one came out, of course, I checked it out, but I was like, I didn't want to pay more money. I have pretty much good control over everything, so this was everything I need. So this is the Rodecaster. Great for podcasting, great for just having it on your desk as an audio interface for your computer, because your computer can come through here and come out through your speakers. Just an all-around great device. Now, when it comes to filmmaking, I will say there's a major difference between something like this and something like this. You would not want to, of course, use, one is way too big, but you wouldn't want to use something like this if you're doing filmmaking, you're out in the field and recording. I just believe, even though some may argue that you can really dial everything in, the gain, the preamps and everything on this board, I don't think are really built for that. And so it's not going to really allow you to dial in things like you would with, say, something like the H8. They also have, Zoom has a bunch of other field recorders as well. So I would say primarily this is best used as an audio interface for your computer, or if you want to be mobile, moving around podcasting, but not like for filmmaking or anything like that. Next, we're going to have something that's very similar to the Rodecaster, which is the Zoom LiveTrack L8. All right. This board is great because, as you can see, it does a lot that the Rodecaster does. However, it's more tactile. There are more buttons to push. There are more knobs to turn. And honestly, as someone that works in the AV space, I kind of prefer that. I love the simplicity of the touchscreen, but if I'm monitoring my audio, to be able to, I guess you could say, tactically touch the knobs and tweak it exactly where I want it to go, it's by far a much better experience for me, just with my experience. Something like this, you would use these, like going backwards. All these different tracks here you can record, you can put into like 6 microphones, all of these different controls for your tracks. If you want to make adjustments, of course, here's your gain up here for each track, but you will select the track you select the track you want, and then you can even come over to here and you can dial in the highs, the mids, and the lows a little bit, put a little more, you can put effects on each channel just by selecting the different channels that you want and then coming over here doing that. It does have phantom power, so if you want to plug in something like a cloud lifter or something like that that's going to give you a gain boost, you can do that as well. This board also has different jacks that you can put in for multiple headphones, which is good. But I'm gonna tell you guys the primary reason why I have this board. I have this board because of these two XLR outputs right here. If I'm in a situation where I'm recording something, especially live, and there's an audience and the audience needs to be able to hear what I'm recording, I can send out through the XLR jacks on here. I can send out to the house sound system exactly what's coming out of here. You can't do that. At least it's probably a workaround, but I wouldn't prefer to do that with the Rodecaster. This is the main reason for this board here. It's a more professional experience for me. And as you know, these boards, the Rodecaster, I would say definitely the Zoom LiveTrack 8 as opposed to the Rodecaster would not only a recorder, but you can look at this as a mixer, right? Because that's what this is, but it does have the record features as well. It takes a regular size SD card here in the back. See if I can get that down. SD card here in the back that goes there. And it's, you know, there's so much more that you can do with this board. Like I said, these reviews that I have for different gear, I really try not to inundate you guys with a lot of tech specs and different things like that because I understand time is limited. There are tons of videos on YouTube that go over different things like that. However, if that's something that you want to see, let me know in the comments below. But my goal with these videos is to give you best use case scenarios so you kind of know what equipment you need to buy at the time of your purchase, so you don't buy it and then feel like you wasted your money. I don't need this, or I didn't need this many features, or it doesn't have some of the things that I need. All of the gear that's coming out now is amazing. They have something called 32-bit float now, which, you know, if you're recording audio, you can't even peak the audio. There's a way to pull it back down in post-production so it's clean. If you ever work with audio and someone laughs really loud or there's a really loud sound, it really messes up the audio. Well, with 32-bit float, which is in a lot of, none of these, but it's in a lot of the newer recorders, you can bring that right down and it stays clean. So, you know, that's why I say these videos, even though I'll share with you and provide links to the equipment that I'm talking about, it's more so the type of equipment, not the particular brand or the particular model number. It's the type of equipment and how you would use it. So this video, we talked about the Zoom H2N, which is a great little pocket recorder with the mic that's going to allow you to be portable and just record on the go, especially if you're someone that likes to do dictation or just to try to remember things, or just you just want to record a podcast. This is a great option. There's a Zoom H8, which is the workhorse, which is going to allow you to plug in multiple XLRs up to 6. For podcasting, field recording, filmmaking, that's a great device. And then we have more of the desktop options, desktop options, which are like the Rodecaster, which is primarily, I would say, for podcasting and computer interface. And then you have the Zoom LiveTrack L8, which is great for podcasting. It's okay for computer interface. When I tried to use it as a computer interface, I kept getting some noise signals in there and I couldn't figure it out, but I had no issues with my Rodecaster. So I would say this is a more professional device. It does have more features than the Rodecaster, but I would say if you're used to working in audio, right? If you ask me, say, Troy, between the Rodecaster and the Zoom LiveTrack L8, which one, you know, if you have experience working in audio, I would say go with this, right? If you're kind of a newbie and you just want to kind of get it out the box, you want to dial it in a little bit, but you just want it to work, I would say go with something like the Rodecaster. All right. So again, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I'll try to get you some answers. Also, check out, I just did a video on microphones. I did a full review on the types of microphones that I have, and again, provided you with different use cases for those microphones. So definitely check out that video there. As always, I really appreciate you guys sticking around watching these videos. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. And let me guys know in the comments what type of information you would like to see shared on this channel. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.